My name is Flora, and for all those of you who are new to our show, which is probably all of you, because you're a bunch of mainstream late adopters or whatever, our aim is to critique all of the mainstream media that society crams down your throats on a daily basis by bringing you the most insightful news and reviews right here from our studio in Portland, Oregon.
And my name is Asher, and this is the latest episode of
Hipster
Tips. Hashtag Hipster Tips. The show where our first episode was better than our first episode. Brought to you by coffee, 10 bands you've never heard of, and Instagram's newest picture filter, Whiskers, which turns your boring mainstream photos into beautiful feline-filled works of art.
We're going to kick off the show by bringing on someone who I consider to be one of the least terrible authors of all time. You've probably never heard of her. That's how unterrible she is.
Just last month we gave her book, The Hunger Games Deconstructed, a rave 2 out of 10 stars, our highest review ever. Contain your excitement for author Belinda Meyer as she tells us what makes her work so not terrible.
Flora, Asher, thanks for letting me show my gift to the world, my brilliant book, The Hunger Games Deconstructed. It was born 2 years ago today after I made the terrible mistake of reading the young adult publication, The Hunger Games.
Wait, Belinda, you're not telling us that you're actually a fan of the gibberish pop hit, are you?
LOL, as if. I could only make it 4 pages in before I got sick and tired of the publisher's manipulation. Every time I turned a page, I felt my free will and individuality being torn from my body.
How so?
How ironic that the author preaches against tyranny in her book, and yet isn't the greatest tyranny of all how she insists on ordering the book with chronological page numbers. I, for one, refuse to be restricted by her petty numerical system. I'm sick of society telling me that 4 comes before 5 and 11 comes after 10.
I can sense your outrage. So, it looks like you fixed this problem by randomly shuffling the pages around?
Shuffling the pages around, I freed the pages from the tyrannical grasp of the publisher's binding and let the reader's mind run free.
Fascinating. I'd be moderately interested in hearing a passage.
Well, that's just it. Every single copy of The Hunger Games Deconstructed comes with a random order, so that every experience is as unique as the rest. Sometimes pages are even repeated and printed upside down for even more insightful reading.
Eye-opening stuff, Belinda. I feel a little better than everyone else already.
This next segment is for all of those video gamers out there who are sick of wasting away their lives playing void, meaningless games and are ready to move their entertainment lives to the next level. We've got an exclusive sneak peek at the upcoming title from forward-thinking game developer Bryce Hawthorne.
Turn up to be here, Asher. While other developers waste millions of dollars creating realistic graphics and tight gameplay mechanics, my team and I have been working around the clock to make a game that asks the tough questions and makes you consider the value of existence, or lack thereof. We wanted to start with familiarity, so we based our product off of an old staple, Miss Pac-Man.
Miss Pac-Man speaks to my soul. That girl has been sticking it to the man and bucking gender stereotypes for over 40 years.
Totally, but don't be fooled into thinking that this is the same old Miss Pac-Man. Let's call up a volunteer and try it out. You. What's your name?
Neil.
Alright. Look this way. Turn it off. Now, as progressive game makers, we hate nothing more than when a game insults a player like Neil here by assuming that he's a simple, naive child who wants nothing more than to chase after meaningless goals and achieve high scores. Those mainstream developers would have us all believe that all Neil wants is a life full of yummy white dots and delicious fruit in one colorful, happy adventure after another. Tell us what you're feeling as you're playing this.
I'm feeling frustrated and lost.
Would you say that you're feeling as though life is devoid of all meaning and purpose and pleasure?
Yeah. It's horrible.
Of course it is. Miss Pac-Man taking the sheep wool out of your eyes and demonstrating that your life is like wandering an endless dark maze with no goal or meaning while you hopelessly flee from the ghosts of your past. And eventually, after you've exhausted all options, you're cornered, and you die. You die, and you've learned nothing in the process. Neil, welcome to the world of Miss Pac-Man 2, Existential Meltdown, coming in September 2014.
Fun.
There's nothing more fun than coming to grips with your own mortality. What a masterpiece, Bryce. A masterpiece that is equal parts depressing and inspiring.
Oh my, kiss me love, save the place, burning hard, save the place, she's right.
For our last guest, we're going to welcome one of the foremost critics of pre-production cinematography, who will present to us a new way to look at the art of film. Let's give a cautious, skeptical, and reserved set of hand claps to Skylar Peterson.
Thank you for that response, everyone. Well, I'm happy to be here because it has been my life's mission to open the eyes of all the sheep who have been forced to watch the overproduced trash Hollywood's been churning out for the past quarter of a century. Rather than explain how pre-produced cinematography is vastly better than traditional film, I prepared a clip that I'm sure many of you are familiar with. Watch this. Okay, turn it off. Utter garbage. Ugh. Can you see it? There's a masterpiece hidden deep within this clip somewhere, but Hollywood took its grubby hands and ruined it with motion capturing and computer graphics. Film was meant to be raw, honest, visceral. Take a look at the glorious original version of the scene. Film as it was meant to be.
Wow, wasn't that just amazing?
Now you see how we've all been manipulated to believe these computer-generated lies our entire lives. Demand the truth from your viewing experiences, people. Don't be a sheep.
Well, we'll now close the show in typical Hipster Tips fashion with our favorite form of media, music. We believe that there is a talented artist inside each and every person, so we've randomly selected 5 participants from our audience to play us out with their new hit single that they will now make up on the spot.
But before they start, we're going to draw their band name out of a hat using audience-submitted random words, so that their name is as original as the greatest hipster bands of our time. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope that our broadcast has simultaneously refined your tastes and lowered your opinion of everyone else's tastes. Now it's time to listen to, for the first time, the cool sounds of Disco Orca Impact. Good night.